The Doll's House. Genie's antique shop was called Aladdin's Cave because it was full of treasures. It stood on the corner of Storm Street and Fennel Lane. Inside the shop, there was everything you could possibly want. Clocks that ticked and clocks that talked. Teacups and glasses, boxes and carpets. Old toys and candlesticks. Scarves and laces, small pointed statues. Tables and chairs, and cupboards as tall as dark trees. One day a lady came in and saw a shawl draped over something square that stood on a table near the back of the shop. "There is the shawl of my dreams," she said. "I must buy it at once." When Genie took the shawl to give it to the lady, she saw the doll's house. "Goodness," she said to herself, "I must have covered that doll's house up years ago and forgotten all about it." When the lady had gone, Genie looked at the doll's house. "You're a poor, neglected house, and no mistake," she said. "It must be years and years since anyone has played with you. I'm never going to be able to sell you unless I can make you look a little more presentable. Let's see what it's like inside." All the dolls who once lived in the house had been lost long ago. "And now," said Genie, "no one would dream of living in such a place. I shall clean it up and give it a lick of paint, and it will look lovely." With Aladdin's cave closed for the night, Genie moved the doll's house into the laundry room and set to work with rags and dusters. Then she found some paint and some brushes. By the time she went to bed, the doll's house had been transformed inside and out. In the morning, Genie moved the doll's house back into the shop. "All you need now," she said, "is a bit of furniture. It's lucky I've got so many odds and ends about." Over the next few days, Genie made curtains for the doll's house, windows and cushions for the doll's house. Chairs. She unpicked a blanket of crocheted squares, and 2 of them became bed sheets. One day she found a cradle and put it into one of the bedrooms. "Every family should have a baby," she said to herself. The doll's house stood open on the table. "There's something missing," Genie said, "and I know what it is. These rooms will look much better with somebody living in it." The doll and the soldier and the cat lived happily in the house together until a little girl bought the doll. An elderly gentleman said the painted soldier was just what he needed for his collection, and he took him out of the house. Then the cat was sold, and the doll's house was empty all over again. "This will never do," Genie thought. "I'll have to find someone else to live here. I shall sort through that box of junk that I bought in the jumble sale last week." "You're a pretty little thing," Genie said to a small cotton rag doll. "You'll do nicely. I think I shall call you Mary." Then she found a cheerful-looking frog made of pink velvet. "I shall call you Keith," she said. "That's my son's name." Last of all, Genie found a baby right at the bottom of the cardboard box. You'll fit the cradle perfectly," she said. "You can be the baby of the family." The weeks went by, and the days and the hours. "It won't be long now," said Genie. "Till Christmas." She moved the table with the doll's house on it into the window. There was a little girl who stopped and looked at it every day on her way from school. One day this girl came into the shop. "Excuse me," she said to Genie. "May I have a closer look at the doll's house? I live over there at number 27. "Certainly," said Genie. The girl's name was Dina. Every day on her way home she came in to look at the doll's house and speak to Mary, Keith and Baby. One evening Genie heard small voices answering Dina. "It's them," she thought to herself. "It's Mary, Keith and Baby. And I'm not at all surprised. There's no magic as powerful as love for bringing toys to life." 2 days before Christmas, Genie put the doll's house together with Mary, Keith and Baby into a large cardboard box and taped it up carefully. And the next day, when Dina came into the shop, there was nothing at all on the table in the window. "Where's the doll's house?" said Dina, nearly in tears. "It's gone. It's going to be a Christmas present." Dina ran out to the shop without saying a word. Later that night, Jeanie crossed the road and knocked softly at the door of number 27. "Are you Dina's dad?" Jeanie asked. "Yes," said the man. "Well, I've got a Christmas present for her, only I need you to help me bring it over here. It's too heavy for me to carry it on my own." That Christmas morning, Dina opened the best present she said she had ever been given. "Jeanie said we ought to be yours," said Mary. "Because you love us," said Keith. "And because you look after us," Baby added. "All together in our lovely doll's house for years and years."